episode today. We're back. We've had a couple things going on, but we're back in full swing. Got a short, quick one. Lots of good notes here
Yeah,
for you.
man.
Robbie, how's it going?
Man, everything's going well, man. I feel better, man. Just had a couple of little bouts, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're talking about the message deliver, man. Deliver. And in deliver, it has everything to do with the will, right? It has to do with your planning, how you develop, how you execute, how you duplicate, how you replicate that plan and make things happen in your life, and for the betterment of humankind, right? I think about different things when we look at the title deliver. I think about Michael Jordan, the GOAT. Chicago Bulls delivered 6 championships. And when people look at 6 championships, it was how the championships were done, how he delivered 2 3-peats that hasn't been matched, right? Before the owners broke that team up, they could have gone on and delivered continuously in that championship realm. I think about Karl Malone. They called him the mailman, Utah Jazz, right? Basketball great, 30,000 plus points. He delivered, and you could count on him to show up and deliver in every game. I think about that man, that bad man, Larry Bird. Jump shot king, smooth, nice, smooth turnaround. Everybody's duplicating his game to some extent, the big boys. And he delivered several championships for the Celtics. I think about my man, Tom Brady, the GOAT, delivered 7 NFL championships on a couple of teams. And then I also think about some people like Elon Musk. He's resurrected the electric industry, and with cars and with space travel and that kind of technology, moving in space without the restrictions of government stuff, but in partnership with the government. And the list can go on and it can go on and it can go on. And you and I can deliver. The key and the cost is an attitude of the will. And so there is an important component here, having the willingness, a commitment to doing what others prefer to watch, right? And to a resolve to fulfill your God-given purpose according to all of your talents before you or they expire. This is all about will and the delivery, right? So I got a couple more places I want to go with this, but I want you to jump in there and drop some hits on this real quick here, bro.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that the quote that comes to mind is "Time waits for no man."
That's it.
And when you talk about delivering, it's delivering at the time, the place, the setting. Performing at top-notch speed at that
Yes.
top-notch moment,
Yep.
right? And in
Yep.
order to do that, you have to be always preparing, right? You have
Always.
to be putting in the extra work. You have to be visualizing your success. You have to be just playing that moment out and doing all the things you need to do to become the person that's going to perform in that
Playing that
moment.
moment out. Hit that again. What does that mean? Talk to me.
Yeah, so you just have to capitalize on the moment, right? And it, all the buzzer beaters, that looks like an overnight fluke, but like, no, that happens at practice on Sunday and Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, and the game's on Friday. Then, you're playing it out in your head before you go to bed every night. You're writing your goals down. The delivery process happens continuously.
The thousands and thousands of reps that a guy like Steph Curry puts in while everybody else is relaxing and everybody else is enjoying all of the goods that come along with being an NBA great, the multi-millions of dollars and the lifestyle that you can live. But he goes into the gym and he's constantly practicing. He's practicing these weird looking shots. So to a lot of people, it looks like he's doing something that's wild, that's out of sight or out of bounds, but he practices those out of bounds, out of sights type of things. It reminds me of Vincent van Gogh, Dear Theo, the autobiography of Vincent van Gogh, where he said, great things are not done by impulse, but by a series of small things brought together. Great things are not something accidental, but must certainly be willed. So it's all about the will. So when we put our mind to purpose and our purpose to mind, and we put our construct and our body and our abilities to this whole thing, and when, like you said, we put our plan in it and we start developing our plan and we execute on our plan and we start duplicating that effort. So every single day, we're about this plan. Every single day, we're about this witness of our will. We witness our will based on our commitment. We witness our will based on our giddy up and getting into it. We witness these things, this will, based on when things look like they're at their worst. We give it our all, and we keep continuing to drive, not driving foolishly, but driving continuously toward that end game and making sure that all the foolish and the duplicate bad moments are removed. John S. Dunn said this, The Reasons of the Heart, his book. He said, the all of God cannot be simply read off from facts or events, but must be discerned, must be found through insight, through the kindling of the heart and illuminating of the mind that occurs on a spiritual adventure. This thing goes deep, man. It's not just information that's read off. It's not just information that's typically memorized. It's got to seep down deeper. It's got to seep down into the very fabric of your existence, your being, the DNA. William Temple said this in The Hope of the New World. He stated that one complete cure for the sense of frustration and futility is to know and do the will of God. Everyone to whom this becomes a reality is at once supplied with a purpose in life and one which covers the whole of life. That's the key right there, man. When you're talking about delivery, what is your purpose? What are you constructed for? What were you built to do? Why are you here? That's the ultimate mind hack lunchable. Find and do the will of God. Drop something on me, brother.
Yeah, I think connecting everything to your why is the biggest thing. I just see it more and more every day. The fact that I enjoy what I do on a daily basis plays into the fact that I perform well, right? It just bleeds together. And the fact that not only I enjoy what I do, I enjoy the opportunities and the money that is giving me. And it's going to open the doors to divide that out and give me the opportunity to build my own income in certain different ways. It's just, and it's all centered around health and wellness. And this is something I've been
Excellent.
interested in, since like freshman year of high school, and even before that. I've always had an interest in science and health and things like that. So to have, your career, your goals, your what you do and what you offer the world to all align in that, people can tell you that, you can just go to work and turn the lights off and then just out of mind, out of sight kind of thing. But in order to really get that next level success, I think it's got to be something that you think about all the time. Like,
All the time. It's got to be
you
mapped
gotta
out.
talk to your family, your wife, if you have a wife, your significant other. You got to talk about it. It can't just be a 9 to 5 thought, and then you turn it off, and then you come back to it on Monday and get back into it. Right?
The
It's
reality check is your consistency, your
right.
commitment, your disciplines, and then involving all the people together so they keep you accountable. Is that what what you're driving at right here?
Yeah, it's that too. There's a level of accountability, but it's also the level within yourself. Like, if I'm praying and trying to manifest and trying to affirm something in my life, and the universe doesn't really understand doing that during the 9 to 5, and God, like, if I'm sitting here praying for something, like, it's just gonna happen no matter what. Like, I can't turn it off in the 8 a.m. and prior to 5 beyond, right?
It's not
So
based on time. It's based on a vibration of thought. It's based on the
right.
activity, the mathematics that goes into the sound, that goes into the vibration, that goes into the action, that goes into the discipline, that goes into the consistency, that goes into your world being reconstructed, and more than just moments. They're principal purpose, intentional moments for getting where you're supposed to get to. Right. So I think about this, man. I think about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because Christmas is tomorrow, right? We're Saturday. Christmas is tomorrow. He's got the greatest delivery package of all, right? God, in creating all that He created, He already had a body prepared for a specific time to interrupt all the vanity of mankind. And at that purpose time, that interruption, that chronos kairos moment, here it was, Jesus was born, Galatians 4:4. And he came according to plan. He came according to 14 generations times 3 of planning, of detail, outlining the arrival, the intent, the purpose of what he was supposed to do. Now, when he got here, putting on that avatar, God wrapped up, spirit wrapped up in flesh, putting on that avatar called Jesus, who would be called the Christ, born to a Virgin Mary, just getting ready to be divorced, the greatest family of homelessness we've ever seen before. He took on purpose, and his purpose was first to deal with the situation that he was birthed into. Here are the cards that have been dealt to me, and then to change the outcome of that situation. So it wasn't accepted, rejected by businessmen, rejected by wealth, and now placed in the manger. You go sit outside, and you still gonna pay me rent. So he and his family had to deal with those circumstances, then have to be moved multiple times in order to get the knowledge about purpose. And sometimes when we get moved around, we get upset about the move, but the move is to help us in a hybrid understanding. We're moving out of this debilitating place and we're going into a wealthy and a healthy and a strong place. And this is what he was teaching us. And so, in teaching us all of these things, he showed us how to deal with conflict. He showed us how to deal with rejection. He showed us how to deal with purposeful planning and how to deal with learning and get that learning. And like you were alluding to, it goes outside of the paradigm of just structured time. That
Right.
learning is going to come in a multiplicity of different things. At the end of the day, he became Lord Savior. Not only did he find himself, but he also found us. We find him, and now we're able to be transformed into different people. So I want to stop with a couple notes right here. We all need accountability. One of the things he did, he had accountability partners. We need accountability partners. And so when we start to make this delivery and we deliver, we need accountability partners. We need mentors. We need people who know extremes. We need people who know the extremes of bad. We need people who know the extremes of calm. We need people who know the extremes of wealth. We need people who know the extremes of poverty, their lessons and all of that. And then we need to look at the great feats and the underachieving so that it stretches our imagination. It gives us illumination for our dreams and our goals. And it causes our goals to pair properly with the discipline and the actions and the production that we need to be successful. We have to learn how to define that success and understand that there are no quick fixes. Diligence and accomplishment, one moment, one dream, one plan, one goal at a time. This is the Christmas gift that we want to impart today, delivery. And in that delivery, man, if you start with that goal in mind, you set your goal, number one, and you set up midterm celebrations, number two, and you set a good end date, number three, and you put your disciplines, the activities to keep it tight and simple and control the controllables. And number five, you put in your accountability partners. And number six, you put in your mentors. And number seven, you put in your intended results. Number eight, you get clear, concise, specific, short and sweet what you need to do. So make your big list because we're coming into resolution season. Make this big, massive list. Then condense it down to five and then take the top one. And that's all you should focus on this year. Focus on the one thing and do it right. And then I guarantee you and I assure you, if you put those pieces into it, the accountability partners, the purpose, the intended, the mentors, I guarantee you'll be able to deliver it. God with Jesus in the manger delivered. The cross, he delivered. Now we speak about it, it's about deliverance. This celebration coming up tomorrow is all about that delivery package. So deliver, demand, E. D for demand, E for every, L for level, I for increase, V for verified, E for each, R for reality yielding only to achievements. Demand every level increase, verify each reality yielding only to achievements. Drop it off, baby.
Yeah, I love that. That's really good. And I just want to finish up that thought that I had earlier and just I would summarize it by divided attention distracts God, right? If
Yep.
you're only wanting and desiring your financial success during a 9 to 5, and then when you leave work, you don't even think about it, that distracts God for like, if you want that more than anything, and then from the 5 to 10 p.m. when you go to sleep, it's just not even a thought. That just shows that it's not really a priority.
Yeah.
So, like you were saying, find that one thing and get after it, right? Find a partner that wants the same things as you. So when you go home, it's still a desire, it's still at the forefront. You focus and you hang it on your doorstep. You talk about it at dinner. Like those are the things that you seek and find, and you ask with all your heart because it's everything that it lines up with what you want, right?
That's hot, man. Resolution reality challenge so you can deliver. Take 15 minutes. Do a resolution brain dump. Use a timer. Set resolutions. Set up a list. Take your top out of that master list. Take your top five resolutions. Narrow the list down to one. Then complete the bottom. The goal, the midterm celebration, the end date, the discipline activities, the accountability partner or partners, your mentors, your intended results, and they have a clear, concise, specific, short and sweet what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, why it's important to you, how it's going to impact your life and possibly the lives of other people, why it's important to you, Why did you choose the celebration, the accountability, and the mentors you chose? And why did you choose the timeline? In that, you will find your purpose. Deliver, deliver, deliver. We delivered. It's Savage Will 1111, baby. We went over 11 minutes. But George, bring us home, man. Bring us one more of those big fire nuggets, man, so we can get up out of here.
Yeah, I would just say time is your friend or time is your enemy. It's how you use it. Uh, to make things happen, it does not take long. You just have to want it. You have to spend the time thinking about it, planning it, doing it, getting the intel, getting the information that you need. How do I really accomplish this? And if I say I want it, I need to spend time doing it. It's a very simple formula, but when you go home, you unplug and then kind of just like sitting on the couch and watch Netflix, your ambiguous action is getting ambiguous results for you.
Yeah.
So you're not making your actions clear. So not only are you not taking the physical steps to make it happen, but you're also not taking advantage of the spiritual, like the magnetic, the law of attraction, like all those things go out the window. It's always in effect. It's not just in effect during the 9 to 5 when you think the work and the money is important. It's not just in effect during that time, but it's in effect when you're sitting there watching every show that comes out on Netflix, and
Distraction.
so you're telling the universe that you just want easy, you just want lazy, you just want to be entertained, and then you're not going to get what you're ultimately seeking, right?
Dude, how do they subscribe? How do they connect? Talk to us about that. Let's go
Yeah.
home, man.
Yeah, go ahead and hit us up on Facebook, Robbie Colbreth. We have a YouTube channel, Savage Will 1111. We're getting that Instagram fired up too. It's Savage Will 1111. Also, we are on Spotify and wherever you get your podcast information. So go ahead and hit us up, like, subscribe, tell 3 friends about it. We really appreciate anyone listening. We want to wish you all a happy Merry Christmas.
And
And
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
yeah, and a happy New Year for sure.
We'll be on that Saturday, right at New Year's Eve, man. God bless you, man. Hey, George, you're a boss, man. I appreciate you, man. Love you, man. Merry
I
Christmas to you
appreciate you.
too.
Love you too. Enjoy the time with the fam.
You got it, baby. Later, guys.